Hey Helldivers, the developers accidentally nerfed a weapon you may not have noticed, and they actually confirmed it. We'll also check out the armor from the recent patch as they've tweaked a few designs and they've commented on that as well. I'll dive into that and much more. So if you find this video helpful at any point, I'd appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell to stay in the loop with the latest news. Alright, yesterday's update brought us buffs, new enemy variants, and fixed a ton of issues, but it also unintentionally nerfed a weapon. Specifically, the grenade launcher has undergone some unexpected changes. I've seen quite a few comments about this in my last two videos, so here's what I'll do. I'll showcase the grenade launcher before and after the recent patch to give you a clear picture of what's happened. So what you'll notice in the first clip, this was recorded before the update. I'll stand on the table and fire the grenade launcher towards the tower. I think this is a solid way to highlight the differences. You'll see the grenade launcher could easily reach long distances, the rounds didn't drop much after being fired, and consistently hit the top of the tower without issue. Now in the next clip, I'm standing in the exact same spot, but this is post-patch, reflecting the current version we're all playing on right now. You'll notice the rounds dip lower than before, they tend to fall off when you aim and shoot, making the weapon far less effective than it used to be. Like I mentioned, I've seen tons of comments about this, and hopefully this video sheds more light on the situation. Now you're probably wondering, did the developers nerf it on purpose? Nope, apparently this was a bug or a coding mistake. We've got a response from the community manager Baskinator. She replied to someone asking if it was a bug, tagging Mitchimus, another community manager on the official Helldivers Discord. She said Mitchimus had raised the question, but she needed to follow up. Unfortunately, no further responses came from either of them. You might be thinking, Glitch, you said it's a bug, where's the proof? Hang on, I'm getting there. The CEO Shams also responded to a player asking the same question about the grenade launcher. Shams said that as far as he knows, it's a bug and told the Helldiver to enjoy it while it lasts. So the CEO's confirmed it's a bug. Now sure, that might not be enough proof, and if you'd like more, there's another post here from the developer that replied to a post on Reddit and wrote, "It's a bug and we managed to figure out why it happened. Expect to fix soon." I'd love to hear your thoughts on this whole accidental nerf situation. I'm betting from that response, we'll definitely get a hotfix soon to address this problem and other issues, including the grenade launcher changes. Speaking of a hotfix, the CEO mentioned that hotfixes are a regular thing after new patches. Helldiver asked if one was coming tomorrow, meaning today, and the CEO responded that hotfixes are always on the way. There's no update yet, but I wouldn't be shocked if we see one this week or next week. Sure, I know many of you Helldivers want that update now rather than later, but hang tight for the moment. Eventually they'll roll out a patch and the grenade launcher should return to its former glory. On a related note about bugs, it seems that the recent patch has made some significant changes to the armor designs. I'm not sure if you Helldivers have noticed. Anyway, I'll show a few clips here and talk a little bit about what they changed accidentally. First up is the Hellbent armor. The front of it should look like this, right? With writing on the front like Hail Democracy and Bug Stomper. After the recent patch, that text has vanished. Another change hit with the SA-32. The knife is now golden, a lot more brighter, and it's sporting a yellow magazine holder. With that said, the developers actually commented on this in a recent Reddit post where a Helldiver pointed out how strange the obedient helmet looks now. Take a look here. You can see the official post here where the developer Team Lando had this to say about the recent armor bugs. Lando wrote, "Hello everyone, this is an honest mistake from our side and we apologize for it. We will fix it and all of the other material errors ASAP. These systems we use for armors and weapons are generating materials across a range of different assets. That means that sometimes when we change one asset, another asset might change as well. This is most likely what has happened here, and it was not our intent. We will always try to avoid this. The eternal rule is to try and never change armors and weapons that we've shipped, even when we sometimes have to for various reasons. We try to make it as less noticeable as possible. So whenever you see big differences like these, chances are it's just a mistake, and great that you all caught it so we can fix it." Yep, it's a change they didn't intend to make, and they're planning to fix it as soon as possible. You can see they didn't mean to alter the materials or meshes on the armors. If you've noticed these changes and were wondering what's going on, there's your answer. It's just a bug and they'll sort it out soon. Also, I'd suspect they'll also address the paper texture bug affecting the Ravager helmet, since support team member B Vitamin responded to a post about it, saying she'll report it and they'll get it fixed. On that note, if you have noticed any other changes to armors, comment down below and consider sending a support ticket to the team over on the developer support site. The link will be down below underneath the sources if you'd like to do so. Let's move along and take a look at the support team's response to the community feedback. I've seen comments in the past where some players believe that the devs, community managers, and even the support team don't listen to the feedback or read the Dino forums. Support team member B Vitamin replied to a Helldiver stating that while she's unsure who reads the surveys at Sony, the team does read the Dino forums submitted by players. She had this to say specifically: "I'm not sure who reads the Sony surveys. As for the Dino forums, there's a bunch of people reading them. I used to read a lot. The community managers make weekly reports on player sentiment, so don't worry, your voices do get heard in the end." She also stated earlier that the feedback is read and heard by the developers. So overall, if you're one of the few Helldivers who doesn't believe they listen, hopefully this will change your mind. I believe it, and I think it's great to know they're definitely taking a look at all the feedback, whether from forums or surveys, and they understand what's going on. Next, I'd like to bring up an interesting detail I missed when the Warbond reveal dropped. Before we dive in, shout out and credit to a Helldiver named W Ninja 429 for spotting it. So you might recall Yusuf, the Turkish Olympian who went viral for his relaxed, gear-free shooting style. It seems that the Helldivers team took inspiration from him. W Ninja posted a comparison showing the artwork mirroring Yusuf's exact pose, suggesting it's a nod to the Turkish shooter. And you know what? I think so. And it might just be related to the Helldiver meme here as well, so that's awesome. Alright, moving along with the news, the Helldivers 2 CEO Shams explained to a Helldiver that they have a bunch of ideas. Some half developed, others scrapped. It all started when the Helldiver asked what the game was like during development. Did they have the squids already designed? Did they already have the DSS, FRV, and so on? Shams replied to the Helldiver and wrote, "Development took 8 years. Like any game, there's tons of ideas. Half developed, scrapped stuff. None of it was really done. Some of it we could repurpose faster than other stuff to quickly release." It looks like they have a lot of content. They just need to decide which features to introduce. This isn't too surprising, as you'd expect from a team that's been developing Helldivers for so long. The question I have is, what kind of content do they have? Could it be a ton of unreleased stratagems, new enemy variants, or even entirely new enemies for factions like the Terminids, Illuminate, or automatons? Perhaps that's where the Incineration core came from. Now I'm curious about what they've pulled from the development period and recently added to Helldivers 2. That would be interesting to know. Let's now dive into an intriguing post from the Helldivers 2 Reddit page. A Helldiver named a Fortnite Nerd, that's actually the name, found a Warbond weapon on one of the planets. Specifically, he discovered the incendiary breaker shotgun out in the open near a crate, it seems. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this is something new the developers have introduced into the game, and I'd love to hear if any of you have found a Warbond weapon other than the incendiary breaker shotgun. In the same post, I saw a comment where someone mentioned finding a breaker spraying prey out in the field, and another Helldiver said they have found a Scorcher on top of a tough box. So again, I'm interested. Has anyone else spotted a Warbond weapon in the field? If so, what weapon was it? And let me know where you found it. I haven't came across a Warbond weapon myself yet on the field, but now I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for one. Okay, I do have a question for you Helldivers out there in general. Do you think the new Incineration core enemies or the Convoy needs a nerf? I've seen some comments, I've seen some thoughts about it. Some players are not happy with it. It mainly stems from the fact that these new Devastators can just snipe you with a shotgun, and it's insane. So in my opinion, I think what they need to do is just fix that bug, but don't nerf the damage, don't nerf anything about them, and absolutely keep the convoys as they are, because they're so fun, they're so incredible, and I actually enjoy fighting them. You know, you have different ways to take out a massive convoy that has like 5 factory striders. What's better than that? Let me know what you think about that. Does it need a nerf or not? Let's talk about it. Finally, let's go over the top 3 comments. If you Helldivers out there would like to be featured on the channel, all you have to do is comment down below. The first comment comes from Oddly Interesting 1915. Only secret is the entire Illuminate Faction. Indeed it is, my friend. I'm interested to see how that all plays out. Are they going to come through the wormhole when they reach Ivis, you know, when we send the rocket, or what's going to happen? It's going to be interesting to see what exactly goes on. The second top comment comes from Zoraxon. You wrote, "We can retake a planet, we can't reassemble one. Crush the bugs under your hill." To be fair, that's not a bad idea, and what's going to be awesome about it is, well, maybe we'll get some new automaton enemies out of it. The third and final comment comes from, "But first, he lit it on fire." And you essentially said that with this paragraph here, that the best idea would probably be to land on top of the convoys, you know, to cause a little bit of damage on them, and also take out some of the turrets or jammers. And that's not a bad idea. That will stop things immediately when it comes down to them inflicting a bunch of damage, and you can definitely ride on top of them, so not a bad suggestion. With all that being said, hope you Helldivers out there enjoyed the video. If you have found it informative, feel free to tap the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I appreciate all the support from you guys, especially the members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, and if you have any questions, comment down below. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.